This is part 51 of me doing my nail book at home. In the holiday spirit, I'm going to show you guys how to do a snowflake nail. I'm also going to show how to do velvet nails. Very beginner friendly. So let's get into it. Cat eye designs are a lot simpler than they look. I got this like huge magnet off of Amazon. So this is my second time using it. I really like it. I think it's a lot easier to handle. You can like hold it like a pencil. Gonna take it and wave it to the side to kind of make all the glitter go to that one side. This is kind of also why I don't prefer using a glitter cat eye, because it doesn't show up like crazy a lot, you know? Like this is a thicker one and you can like see it move. Do you hear that bird in the background? I'm sorry, my window's open. But you can still see the effect with this one. Then I am gonna flip it around and do the same exact thing on this side. And when you have it to your liking, you can cure this for a full minute. Now I recently got into like these painted gels because someone recommended it. Wait, what happened? Oh, this is like the lid. Low key, this gel is super thick. Oh, gonna wipe that off. Someone recommended this because I was doing some nail design where the lines were kind of like spreading out and they're like, oh, if you use like a painted gel, it's not gonna move. And look, this thing like does not move. It's really thick and it's perfect for line work, I feel like. I think this is my first time doing snowflakes as well, so we're in this together. 1 dot in the middle, 2 on the end. And then from this middle one, I'm doing 2. So 2 connecting, and then from that point, only 1. So it should kind of be like a little triangle. So the trick to this nail is having a super thin liner brush. I'm gonna do it piece by piece. So, ooh, I need steady hands for this one. From the center, dragging it down. Then from the center, dragging it up. This painted gel is super nice. I wish I would have gotten into this earlier on. I think it's easier to break it up in halves. Like, don't do a whole swipe from one corner to the corner, if that makes sense. Now I'm gonna flip it over to make sure it's even and then do the swipes for this side. This is a pretty beginner friendly nail design, I feel like. There you have your snowflake. I am gonna cure this so it doesn't move around. Okay, this could be a challenge, but I think I'm gonna do like a super tiny snowflake right here. I think besides Halloween, Christmas is by far my favorite nail design season. Oh, not the garbage man, hold on. I've been really excited for Christmas designs because I feel like they're limitless. Kind of like the same thing for Halloween, actually. Second snowflake is done. Now I'm gonna cure the whole thing for a full minute again. To that YouTube subscriber that commented that I should get this painting gel because they saw me struggling with my spiderweb nails, thank you, girl. Because these lines are really crisp and I don't really see a lot of people using painted gels. I just realized I've been saying painted gels this entire video, but I think it's potted. But I said painted because it has like paint gel, you know? I don't know. Maybe you can say both. This is the completed snowflake nail. I think it turned out super cool. And my cat eye has little like holographic powder in it, I think. So, ooh, that was a nice angle. This is a super cool, easy wintry nail. It really wasn't hard at all. This is like the start of my winter line, I guess. I'm probably not gonna keep this all winter because I like doing the requests that you guys comment down below. But if you do want me to just make this a winter line, comment some winter nail ideas you want to see me fill it up with. Part 52 of me filling my nail book. Today's tutorial is going to be on how to do 3D holiday nails. I hope you guys enjoy. You guys really liked the snowflake nail I did and requested a lot more holiday nails. So I'm going to make a whole line catered to holiday nails in my nail book. I'm going to make a little Christmas tree ornament. I'm going to make this a lot easier by using one of these beads to do the ornament. This way I can ensure that it's a perfect circle and doesn't look like all wonky, and I can just draw on top of this pearl. Flash cure it in place so it doesn't move around. Now, I'm not sure if this is gonna make a difference, but I am putting this red cat eye on and I'm gonna do the cat eye design because I want the cat eye to be in the background of the glitter polish on top. I mean, this already looks like an ornament, but I'm gonna bring it to the side, I think. Oh, why is it not moving? Oh, okay, there it goes. I actually think I'm gonna like centralize it a little bit. So I bring it to this one side, leave it, and then flip it around. Then bring all the glitter to the center. I'm gonna flash cure this again because I don't think you really need to cure cat eye for a full minute. I'll just do like 20 seconds of this. And ornaments are usually super sparkly, so I'm using this chunky glitter. And I'm just gonna layer it on top. It probably is gonna cover the cat eye, but maybe a little bit will peek through. I'm trying to get the big specks of glitter to stay on top of it though. Now I'm gonna cure this for a full minute. I mixed together a chunky silver and gold glitter to do like the little hoop of the ornament. It's okay if it's not like a perfect shape because we're gonna outline this in black to make it more like defined. We're gonna do some super fine line work, so I'm using this potted gel. It's pretty thick, it can get messy, so I'm like keeping it in the cap. And you also need a super thin liner brush. First step, very carefully outline the whole circle. Try and make it clean, but if you mess it up, you can use rubbing alcohol on a brush to clean up the line. Now outline that long box shape. I'm breaking it up into bits so I don't like mess it up. This kind of reminds me of like the Charlie Brown style of art. It's like very cartoonistic. I really like these potted gels because it doesn't move around and it's super good for this line work. And the beginning of the string is gonna be super thin, and then you're gonna let it thicken up when it gets to the end. And make sure to cure this for a full minute because if you don't, when you put your top coat on, the lines are gonna smear and it'll just mess up the whole thing. I think this turned out super pretty and I would love to see what this looks like with different color of ornaments, like a green one, probably a blue one too, and maybe even like a hot pink. This is the completed ornament. I hope this was helpful for anyone who wanted to get into doing some holiday nail designs, especially 3D nail art that's super easy to do. I read all the comments, so feel free to comment any other holiday designs you want to see me fill up this whole row with. Part 53 of me filling my nail book. Today I'll be going over how to do snowman nails. This is also a 3D nail design and a cat eye nail design all in one, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna do this cat eye background because it has some like purple, pink, and blue specks, and I'm pretty sure when I use the magnet it's gonna bring out the lighter shades of this. I like holding my magnet like a pencil, and I'm gonna drag all of the glitter to one side, keeping it kind of in a line. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Now it has kind of like a holographic vibe, depending on which way you turn it. Cure this for a full minute. I'm going for a melted snowman, so I'm gonna use these pearls as the body. I'm gonna put a generous amount of glue on here because I don't wanna have any gaps when I'm doing the white polish on the outside of it. And this will make it look even more melted, having kind of that little runoff right there. Flash cure that in place. I don't want to have to use a lot of layers of white polish, so I'm going to use this potted gel because it has a super thick consistency and is opaque and only needs one layer. Just going for a general puddle outline. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you are going to draw over this pearl. Now I just want to fill that whole thing in. I'm going to cure this for a full minute. Now the eyes, you kind of want them, I guess, towards the center. I am going to flash cure this because I've been known to like smear my nail designs sometimes. And I really love using super tiny dotting tools to do kind of like the more intricate designs. I'm gonna have the nose start in between and then using this tiny dotting tool because it's kind of like a little brush in itself. Then a super wide smiley face from cheek to cheek. Gonna break it up because I almost messed it up right there. Now give it some space, but wherever your face is facing, give it like that neckline and then do 2 buttons. And then some super easy branches, just a line to connecting. I feel like that was pretty beginner friendly. Kind of looks like Frosty the Snowman a little bit. Here is the melted snowman nail. I'm filling this whole line up with some holiday nails, so comment what you want to see me do next. Part 54 of me filling my nail book. I'll be showing you guys how to do candy cane nails. This also includes 3D nail designs and sweater nail designs all in one, so I hope you guys enjoy. So the first part of this design is the French tip, so go ahead and put on whatever neutral base you want to do. I'm using kind of like a jelly pinkish color. I'm going to cure this for a full minute. I'm going to go ahead and top coat this base because everything after this is going to be matte, except the candy canes. I'm going to top coat those on their own, but this base is done. Cure this for a full minute as well. Take a long liner brush, and I want my French tip to be on the thicker side so I can see the sweater design and the candy cane over it. This horizontal line is basically how deep I want my French tip to go. I always go shorter than I imagine because I can always just, you know, add more up here. I'm not going for a huge smile line either, just a light curve. Then same thing on the other side. this long liner brush does like all the work for you. And to save yourself some time, just take that white polish on the brush to fill in the excess of the empty space. Cure this for a full minute. Moving on to the second part of this design, it's the sweater tutorial. So I'm gonna add the matte top coat only to the white part because the base color was already top coated, so it's already gonna be sealed in. Oh my gosh, that's weird. The white is like getting on it. This is a new bottle, so I'll probably only use it for white polishes, I guess. I am gonna take some of that matte top coat on the liner brush to get up to the edge, and I am gonna thin it out so it's not all lumpy. Make sure the matte top coat is covering all of the white before you pour the powder on, because if you didn't put the matte top coat on it, the acrylic powder would stick to the entire nail, and that's not what you want. So now I'm gonna cure this for a full minute. Now on that same long liner brush, take some white polish and do 2 parallel lines. I want my middle section to have a lot of space on it, so I am spacing out these lines. Just doing a rough outline right now, and I can thicken it up after. Make sure to give everything enough space. In between these 2 lines, I'm drawing another 2 lines. I'm not touching it on the outside, because if you do, it's gonna get blurred together when you put on the acrylic powder. So 1 last line. Then connect the top one to the second one, and then so on. Just like that. I'm gonna draw some more lines kind of going in, kind of like dots, I guess. Same thing on the other side, making sure not to make the lines touch. This is a perfect sweater design. Do not cure this and get your acrylic powder out. I'm using a clear acrylic powder, and you just wanna dump it all over this nail like multiple times. Really wanna like drench it so it can have that 3D effect. Okay, can tap it off. Do not touch this and put it right in the lamp for a full minute. So the nail is now fully cured, so we should have a top coated base and then a matte sweater French tip. So brush it all away, and that is exactly how it should look. So the sweater part is all done. Now moving on to part 3 of this design, which is the 3D candy cane. It's super easy to just roll it out like that. I think it'd be easier to just shape it up on your actual container and then flash cure it on here so you can kind of add it to the nail as a charm. So once you do have it to the shape you want, you can just cure this for about 20 seconds. I'm not gonna put this in my lamp because I'm kind of scared it's gonna cure my whole bottle, but doing this for like 20 seconds should do it. I am gonna touch up the candy cane just a little bit because I got some specks in it, and I'm just gonna leave the candy cane on here to paint on the stripes as well. Just trying to work smarter, not harder. And the stripes are pretty easy. Just wanna like twist them a little bit. I was doing the stripes down, but now I'm gonna start kind of moving them up to go around the curve. Now I'm gonna cure this for a full minute. The last step for this charm is to top coat the whole thing. Cure for a full minute, and since this is literally a charm, I'm gonna apply a little bit of rhinestone glue and then place it perfectly in the center. And then once you have that to your liking, you're gonna flash cure it in place and then do a full cure for 1 minute. Okay, you guys, this is the completed nail. I think it looks exactly like the inspo pic. I am definitely loving doing these winter holiday inspired nails. So please feel free to comment any other holiday designs you wanna see me do in this full row. Part 55 of me filling my nail book. Today I'll be showing you guys how to do a holiday wreath. This also includes a bow design and chrome isolation. So let's get into it. Start off with your base color. This base color is really gonna make the wreath stand out. For chrome isolation, this matte top coat works every time for me. Apply an even layer and then cure for a full minute. For chrome isolation, I do 1 part black gel polish to 2 parts gel top coat. The black is so I can see what I'm painting, and the top coat is so that the chrome is reflective and not glittery. I haven't done a bow in probably a year, so bear with me. Draw a dot where you want the center of your bow to be. I'm gonna flash cure that because I don't want any of this moving around. And then an X through that dot. Try your best to make it even. Then just do a super simple loop, like an infinity symbol. Then a super thin line from it. And I want the other side to be a bit longer. Cure this for 30 seconds. And if you followed those steps, it should be reflective and not glittery, and it won't stick to the background. So let's see, gonna dust it away, and it only sticks to the design. I'm gonna take a little base coat on a brush to lock in this chrome design so that when I top coat it at the end, the glitter is not getting everywhere. It's also a good habit to do this just in case you have to wipe anything away so the chrome doesn't like move. Cure for 30 seconds. Now I'm gonna use some rhinestone glue from this point on to go in a circle shape. I started the circle at this little joining point right here. So same thing on the other side. The closest thing to a circle that I can do. These nails are pretty small. Gonna do 5 big rhinestones, alternating colors. One more. Now a small pearl in between each rhinestone. I like using pearls that aren't the solid white. It has kind of a yellow tint to it. Now gonna add some caviar beads randomly throughout these. It's okay if it's messy, you can always put it back in that circular shape. Do try and focus it in between each rhinestone though. Now that I have it all laid out, I'm gonna make sure it's a perfect circle. Looking at it from different angles. I think I gotta bring this up a teensy bit more. Finishing touch, you don't have to add a pearl, but I think it wraps it up pretty nicely. Cure for a full minute. Now you can top coat the whole nail. This is always the most satisfying part. Okay, this is the completed wreath rhinestone nail with chrome isolation. That was another super easy winter nail to do. So feel free to comment any other holiday design you want to see me do because I'm filling up this whole row with holiday nail art. Part 56 of me filling my nail book. Today I'll be showing you guys how to do some Christmas present nails. This also includes cat eye and chrome isolation all in one tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna use a base that's gonna make the design stand out. Gonna use my dotting tool to briefly draw a square shape in the middle of the nail. This is just to get some polish down. Gonna clean it up with a super thin liner brush. I like holding the magnet away from me, then waving it up and down to activate the glitter, but you can do this any way you'd like. I like how this looks, so I'm gonna cure it for 30 seconds. Now draw the top of the box right over it and make sure it's wider than the original box. You can always wipe away and clean up as you go, then activate both sides with the magnet. Should look something like this and cure for a full minute because we're moving on to the chrome isolation. For chrome isolation, this is the only matte top coat I use because it works every single time. Apply an even layer of the matte top coat and cure for a full minute. I mix together 1 part black polish to 2 parts gel top coat. The black is so you can see what you're drawing, and the top coat is so that the chrome can be reflective and not glittery. Now just outline the box. I'm using kind of thin lines because the middle is going to be thicker. You don't have to break this part up. It's pretty simple to where you can do it all in one swoop. Cure for 10 seconds. Now do 1 thick line directly in the middle. This is kind of like the bow for the present. Cure that for 10 seconds as well. In the middle, gonna do a thin line. This is for the bow. And then a line right here. It's gonna mark where you want the bow to be so it doesn't get all wonky when you're trying to fill it in. Now following that guideline, you can do the swoop and it'll be super easy. Cure for 10 seconds. And from here you can draw the little ribbons however you want to, and then cure this whole nail for 30 seconds. Gonna put some chrome on the applicator, and it should be reflective and not glittery. So far so good. When you wipe it away, there should be nothing stuck except on the design. Make sure to get the sides too. Perfect. I'm not gonna go directly in with top coat because I've noticed when I do that, it'll smear the chrome and it'll make the whole nail look glittery. So instead, I'm gonna base coat the entire chrome design. I'm not gonna drag it, just gonna float it over the top, not doing more than 1 pass. Cure that for 30 seconds. Now that the design is protected, I can use my top coat to just seal everything in. This is the completed present nail. I think it turned out perfect. Another holiday nail, all complete. Let me know what other Christmas or winter holiday designs you want to see me do to fill up the rest of this row, and maybe even this row, depending on how many requests I get. This is part 57 of me filling my nail book. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do Christmas lights, but on your nails. This also includes blooming gel nail art, very beginner friendly, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna use a nude base because I think the neon lights are gonna pop really well against this. I'm gonna keep the layers thin because a lot of nail designs are gonna go on top of this. Cure for a full minute. For the string, I mixed together some cat eye polish and some glitter polish on a very long liner brush. I want to give each light bulb enough space. I think I'm going to try and do 3 So one's gonna go right here, then curve it around. One can go right here, then one more curve. The last one can go right here. I'm gonna make these lines thick so I can outline them in black, but I am gonna vary the thickness. So I want it to be thin there, and then when it has the curve, I'm gonna thicken it up. Like that. The cat eye effect is gonna be pretty minimal, and when I do cat eye, I hold the magnet and face it away from me, and then wave it up and down. Just figuring out what angle you wanna have it at. I think that's perfect. I'm gonna cure this for about 30 seconds. So again, determine where you want your light bulbs to be and draw a little line poking out. I don't know what it's called, but just draw a line where the light bulb's gonna be. Make sure it's thick enough because we're gonna outline these in black as well. Okay, same thing. Wave it, magnetize it, and it should look like that. Cure this for 30 seconds. For the outlines, I'm using this potted black gel with a super thin liner brush. Potted gels have a lot more control and it doesn't move around nearly as much as a regular gel polish. So that's why I like using them all of a sudden now. And you do want to continue that outline over where you drew that light bulb point and continue the whole thing. Cure this for a full minute. Add a layer of blooming gel and do not cure this. To create the glow effect, put the polish on the edge of the brush, kind of like a dropper. That's a little too much. And then drag it. That's gonna make it look like it's illuminating. Same thing here. Then one more time. Cure this for a full minute. Now I'm gonna use the white potted gel to draw the light bulbs. Draw the base of the bulb right there. I like angling it up. And to make the teardrop shape, go outwards, then inwards, and same on the other side. Now it looks like the color is glowing from the background. Cure for a minute. And since we put the white down first, when I put the red on top, it's gonna be even more vibrant. While the red is still wet, I'm gonna add some black, and that's gonna make it melt more into that color. Do this for the other lights too. I'm adding a touch of white to make it look a bit more highlighted on each color. I'm gonna add some 3D, and how I do that is I squeeze it out. I think there's an air bubble in that, but that's fine. And then I swipe it to make it look like a water droplet, and then just place it down. I'm gonna try and poke that bubble out, and then drag it in the shape of the light. If you hold it upside down, it'll bring the volume all the way to the bottom. Then flash cure and move on to the other lights. The last step is to top coat the entire nail. This is the completed Christmas lights nail. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm filling up this whole row with holiday designs, so comment what you want to see me do next. Part 58 of me filling my nail book. I've been really excited for this nail. I'll be showing you guys how to do gingerbread nails. This also includes 3D nail art and chrome. This is extremely beginner friendly, so I hope you guys enjoy. Gonna show how I do chrome super quickly. Apply your base layer. I'm going for a pink because I think the brown gingerbread cookie is gonna look super cute on top of this. Cure the base for 1 minute. I'm gonna put this chameleon-like Aurora chrome on top. A nice little chrome hack is that you actually don't need to top coat the nail in order to do chrome. For designs, yes, but for a solid nail, you don't need to. I just take a lint-free wipe with rubbing alcohol on it, and I rub off the sticky inhibition layer, which is kind of like the uncured layer of gel on top. Make sure to wipe that off thoroughly because if not, the chrome would look glittery instead of reflective. I'm gonna apply it with a little sponge, but I usually use my finger. So again, wipe the nail with rubbing alcohol and let it be a teensy bit damp. You gotta be quick with this step. And take the sponge and rub it on. It should have that nice like clean sound because you took off all the sticky layer. And then dust it away, and that's how you do chrome. No need for a top coat, no need for the extra steps of putting more gel on top. You can just wipe it with alcohol and go about your design. I am gonna top coat this just to lock in the design before I do the 3D nail art on top of it. Cure for 1 minute. For the 3D nail designs, I'm going to use this Beetles Solid Builder Gel Kit. It comes with 4 3D molding gels, clear, white, light pink, dark pink, and then some chrome and the molding tools on the bottom. Wait, it also has these super cute molds. I think I'm going to make like a bow tie for the gingerbread or something. I'm going to use the white molding gel to form the body. It came with this scooper tool. This is for the head. These are the two legs, and this arm is going to be one solid line. Using the back of this to roll it in a ball, then place it at the very top and push down. It's sticking to the silicone for some reason. Okay, got it. Then I'm going to cut it off, kind of make it go straight right here where the arms are going to connect. Now the arms, put it right in the middle, connecting. Now the legs at an angle. Same on the other side. The goal is to melt these all together. I think the head and the arms are already doing that pretty well, but I'm just gonna pat these all together, gonna smoothen it out, then round out the ends. Once the shape is to your liking, you wanna cure for a full minute. The hard part's done. Now just coat the entire gingerbread in this light brown. You want it to be a brown that's on the warmer side, so if you have a super rich brown, you can lighten it up with some white polish as well. Since it is 3D, make sure to get the sides too. I don't go all the way down because I've noticed that when I do, the polish will like get on the base and I don't want that. Cure for a full minute. I want the edges to look all toasty, so I'm going to splotch on some dark brown polish just on the perimeter. It doesn't have to be perfect, and do not cure this. Now taking the edge of that sponge, I just want to blend it out slightly, and do you want it to stay kind of splotchy like this. I think that adds a nice depth to it. Cure for 30 seconds. I'm gonna apply a matte top coat only on the gingerbread. Make sure to get the sides as well. Cure for a full minute. I'm gonna stuff some of this gel in this bow tie, if it'll go in there. Okay, how do I go about that? Oh, you scrape it. Okay, that makes sense. So I have it packed in the mold, and the cool thing is you can turn it around and see exactly what it looks like. I'm gonna pull my lamp forward for this hack so you guys can see it. I wanna cure this charm directly on my nail, so I'm going to place it where I want it, and it's gonna stick, and I'm gonna bend it so that the mold is directly on top of it. And now I'm gonna flash cure this under the lamp if I can. It should look like this. Now cure it for another 30 seconds. All right, we're in the home stretch. It's time to decorate the cookie. I want the bow to be red, so make sure to get all of the corners as well. I added some 3D gel to this. I think it helps it look better. 2 dots for the buttons. Then do some zigzags on each leg and arm. I feel like adding the 3D gel really makes it look like frosting. Since the chrome base was top coated and the actual gingerbread was matte top coated, the last step is to top coat the frosting. You can just go over it briefly. Cure for a full minute. This is the completed gingerbread nail. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it was easy enough to follow along with. I'm filling up this whole row with Christmas designs, so comment what you want to see me do next. Thanks for watching. Part 59 of me filling my nail book. Today I'll be showing you guys how to do Christmas trees on your nails. This includes chrome isolation and 3D nail designs all in one, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna do a pink base because I think the green chrome Christmas tree is gonna look super cute up against this. Cure for 1 minute. The goal is to have the Christmas tree be directly in the center. You wanna leave enough room at the top and bottom for the empty space. So I think I want my tree to start from here and then end right there. 1 short line for the stump, 1 long line for the longest like branch or whatever you want to call it, part of the tree, and then evenly space it out. This one's going to be half that size and then half of that size. So I'm going to start with the stump again, draw 2 lines on the side. This is a rough outline, doesn't have to be perfect. Then from the top, connecting to that first line, from this point connecting to that second line, then from this point connecting to that third line. I'm connecting it using this halfway marker right here. You don't want to connect it from the end. And then repeat the same on the other side. Now just fill the entire thing in. This again does not have to be perfect because we're going to clean it up after we fill this in. So you want the bottom to be straight, so I am cleaning up that, and you want the top to have a little curve to it. I'll do that for all of them. Straighten it, then curve. Cure for 1 minute. Now for chrome isolation, this is what I use. Gonna apply an even layer and then cure for 1 minute. Now I'm gonna use some clear builder gel. This kit came with this nice scooper tool so I can get it out really easily. Gonna use it to roll it out, kind of like in a tube shape. Then cut it off about there and place it on that line. And then use the angled tool to create marks in it. Cure for 30 seconds. Repeat that step for the next one. The goal is to angle it outwards. And then when you get to the middle, switch it to the other side. Cure for 30 seconds and do the top of the tree as well. I'm top coating the tree because I'm going to put chrome powder on top of it and I want it to be reflective and not glittery. Cure for 30 seconds. Gonna put a good amount on the applicator and then work it into the entire design. Make sure to get all the sides too. Now that the chrome's on, it should only stick to the design and you can wipe it away from the background. Get all up in the grooves. You don't want to leave anything because if you don't, the chrome can stick to it and it can make the whole nail look glittery when you top coat it. Now I'm gonna base coat this chrome to lock it in and so that when I top coat it, it doesn't smear away and make it look glittery. Cure for 30 seconds. This is a white texture polish that I'm using for the snow. Gonna apply it kind of messily. I'm focusing it on the corners and then bringing it towards the center, making it a little bit splotchy as I go. Cure for 30 seconds. I'm gonna use this rhinestone kit for the decorations. Gonna put a star at the top. The easiest thing is to do some rhinestones as the ornaments. Just gonna put on some different colors. Cure for a minute. Now you can top coat the entire nail, making sure to get the sides, the snow, and the ornaments. Cure for 1 minute. Okay, this is the completed Christmas tree nail, which includes chrome isolation and 3D nail art. I hope this was helpful for anyone struggling with either of those concepts. This is going in the Christmas row. Let me know what I should do for the last slot of this row, and if you want me to fill up this entire row with some more holiday designs. We're on part 60. I'm filling up this entire display with nail designs in the holiday spirit. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on your nails. This includes chrome isolation and 3D nail designs all in one, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna start off with a white base. I like using this polish because it's super pigmented and only needs one layer. Cure for 1 minute. These are all the colors I'm using. You need a chocolatey brown, a white, a light brown / beige, and a black. I think I want the face right here, and then it can end like right there, I guess. I don't know, I'm just freeballing this. I usually don't do character nail designs for good reason, but we're gonna see how this one turns out. This is also just such a small nail tip to do designs on, so it just makes it a bit more challenging, but I think I can manage. I'm breaking this up piece by piece just to make sure I don't mess up anything. So just filling this in and then clean up the sides. Cure for 1 minute. Then 2 lines for the neck, and that's gonna be his body right here. So fill that in. The antlers are going in the middle, so I'm gonna do the ears right about here and then connect it up. Same on the other side. Cure for 1 minute. Now I'll get the beige color and fill in the ear where it meets the head and basically just outline the ear shape. Like that. The eyes are gonna take up a majority of the face, so map out where you want them to be. I think I'll start it here and here, and it gets thin and then thickens up at the end, like a teardrop shape. Now with the beige, do a little circle in the middle. This is where his nose and his mouth are gonna be. Make sure not to go over this line because this connects the head to the neck and you want to have a little bit of separation. Now for the neck, follow the line that's kind of like a triangle and then go directly down and fill it in. Cure for 1 minute. I'm going to use a dotting tool for the antlers. Just angle them outwards and then do a very thin black outline for the eyes. I want to have as little product on my brush as possible and then just carefully draw the line. Now using the large part of my dotting tool, gonna do the eyes again. The goal is to cover about half of the eye, so that's good. I'm not leaving it like that. So I'm gonna drag it with the tiny side to fill in the rest of the black. It should look like this. Now in the middle of the mouth, draw a smiley face. Make sure you leave enough empty space above and below the smile. Cure for a minute. Now moving on to the isolated chrome 3D nail design. Apply an even layer of this matte top coat and cure for 1 minute. For the nose, I'm mixing together 1 part 3D gel, 1 part gel top coat, and a little bit of red polish. The top coat is so the chrome is reflective and not glittery, and the red is so that I can see what I'm drawing, and so the red color can be in the background of the red chrome, making it more vibrant. I'm first gonna put the dot where I want the nose to be, so right in the middle. Flash cure. Now I'm actually gonna put a dot right in the middle to make it 3D. I have a feeling this is gonna run everywhere. I'm hoping it doesn't. Okay, perfect. Flash cure that in place. Actually, just pop this in the lamp for like 30 seconds. Okay, let's see. It should only stick to the nose. Ooh, that's really pretty. Looking good so far. Let's see how the chrome powder gets off the background. I think I actually want to do a little sweater design in the background. I'm just going to top coat the nose to seal that all in. I'm using that brown I used for the body. Just going over the brown again. I'm going around each thing, but leaving enough space because when you do sweater designs, it does kind of bleed a little bit. So don't go all the way up to it. Okay, so now you can see the shiny parts are where I'm gonna do the sweater design. So it's gonna be 3D all on the dark brown spots. Do not cure the polish, let it stay wet because the powder is gonna stick to it and make it 3D. I have my clear acrylic powder, just gonna pour it over the entire nail. And that's why I top coated the nose, because I wanted the nose to stay shiny. Cure for 1 minute. Now that it's cured, you can dust it away, and it has like the slightest bit of a raised surface to it. I think I'm gonna top coat the eyes too, actually. This is the completed nail. I hope this was helpful for anyone struggling to do chrome isolation or 3D nail designs. I have successfully filled up this entire row with Christmas designs. There's still plenty of time left in December, so let me know if you want to see me fill up this entire next row with some more winter and Christmas designs.